You really don't need to do that.
Tired of being taken care of?
I can wash my own hands.
Really? Might be kind of tricky with this cast.
Way you got me there.
Besides, it's my job.
It still seems your skills could be put to better use elsewhere.
So you're not tired of being taken care of, you're just tired of being taken care of by me.
Actually, you're the best thing I can remember.
I'll be done in a second. And then you can forget about Detective Falconeri taking your prints. Unless, of course, they find your real name.
I'm not sure I want my prints to show up in some law enforcement database. What if I have unpaid parking tickets?
Small price to pay to know who you are, right?
Yeah. If I have a family out there, it's not right to leave them wondering, but I might change my mind if that cop comes back in here with handcuffs.
That cop? His name is Dante, and he's actually a pretty good guy. He used to work with my ex-husband, Lucky.
Lucky, huh? Doesn't really sound like an appropriate name for someone who couldn't hold on to you.
If you're trying to get out of physical therapy, you're gonna have to do better than that.
Ah, ma'am, I hide from nothing. Not fingerprints, not physical therapy, and a past I can't remember. I was more just curious about...
Yeah, welcome to the club. I'm more than curious to find out who you are.
No, actually, I meant I was curious about your ex. He is a cop?
He was, until he moved out of the country a few years ago after our divorce.
And I take it your ex is my quasi-namesake's father?
Well, yeah, he raised Jake, but he wasn't his biological father. That was someone else, a really good friend of mine. A man named Jason. I think I've disturbed you long enough. I'm gonna get going and let you get some rest, okay?
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. I hope I have better social skills than my previous life, right? I don't want to chase you out with my insensitive questions.
No, they weren't insensitive. It's just that I've thought about Jason more over the past few days than I have in months.
He's not around either?
He died.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
No surprise you don't want to talk about him.
No, it's fine. Jason was an incredible person, and he was a really good friend and very loved. I don't mind talking about him at all. I just usually don't have a reason to.
Was his death the reason your ex raised his son?
No. No, Jason wasn't in a position to be a father to Jake.
What kind of position was he in?
Well, he had already made some choices that made it complicated for him to be a parent. He could never claim his son, but I always made sure he was a presence in Jake's life, even if it was in a small way.
How so?
I named our son Jacob Martin, so he'd have the same initials as his dad, Jason Morgan. It was the only way I knew how to honor who they were to each other.
Bad your Jason made the choices he made and couldn't be a father to your son. I'm sure he regretted it.
Why would you think so?
Instinct.
Excuse me, Nurse Weber.
Hi, Dr. Granville. This is Jake. Jake, this
I'm
is...
the plastic surgeon who performed your facial reconstruction after your accident.
I hear you had a lot of work to do.
Work that I'm very anxious to unveil. Though I can imagine not nearly as anxious as you are.
Jake is doing amazingly well. He's a fast healer.
Good. So, why wait? Why don't we finally get those bandages off and take a look at what lies beneath? Let me know if you feel any pain.
I'll be good.
Okay.
Well, Elizabeth, what do you think?
On the next General Hospital.
Do you recognize me or something?
Bingo.
Do we have a deal?
I'm moving out.
I'm finally gonna have a mother.
What are you doing in my apartment?
How do you explain what you did?